Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a session. I had a mighty upsetting dream today in the morning at around 6, and I woke up by 6:30 because I couldn't get sleep after that. So, and I've been on a rampage about, whatever that dream was and whatever it shot on the back of it. It was mighty upsetting, but it was making a lot of sense for whatever happened behind my back. Breaking people and the friendships, the relationships, creating distrust is what this chap has done consistently. A real bastard. So, before I get into explaining what I'm saying, what I'll do is I will clock the time. Okay? Uh, this is my channel, okay, which I start with because otherwise it's very boring when I get to the time almost immediately. I'm used to just getting to the point, right? That's why we start that way. But now I thought let's show you something more pleasant. Now, coming to the time, which is actually very important, the date and time is really important. Clocking it so that there is a flow of how the timeline of the past reveals itself in today's timeline. Okay, so it is the 25th of April 2025, 10 in this clock, and yeah, it's not so far behind. It must be max 10:10 in the morning IST time. It's a Friday. I'm sitting at postcode 560077. The place is called Purva Palm Beach, Juara Tower. Okay, now what I will do is first take the blessings of Ganesh ji. Actually, I was going to do my prayers today because I don't know why I did my prayers in the night, but then I didn't finish it. I just did little and then I went to sleep. Or I woke up and I did prayers. I don't know what happened. Okay, but I just did Ganesh's prayers and I went off into some other place. Don't know. Okay, so anyway, Shirdi Sai Baba, while I didn't do my prayers, still I take the blessings of Ganesh ji. I take the blessings of you, Shirdi Sai Baba. I take the blessings of Shani. I take the blessings of Shivji. I take the blessings of Kartikeya. I take the blessings of Uma. I take the blessings of Vishnu. I take the blessings of Ram and Krishna. And then I take the blessings of Gaumata with all the gods in her. I start that way first. Now, you know what happened. I too left nothing over here because I needed to take a break. But in spite of that, this morning I had a dream. Now, I will tell you what the dream was, which was mighty upsetting. So the timeline is, according to my estimation, 2002 and 2003, but before I have come to Bombay. Mostly it is between August, or may not even be August, it could be June 2002 to about March 2003. So in my case, I left the marriage on the 4th of August 2002, but moved back to Bombay only March, April 2003. I was away from Bombay. The dream I saw today is somebody walking into our Marine Lines, New Marine Lines lane, on the opposite side of the road from where Fort Jaswal building or Jaswal building is, to walk into the lane. Generally, when any of us, my father, my sister, myself, anybody visiting us, we enter this lane via the income tax office. Most of us get off at the compound, or then if we're driving the car, park the car ourselves. At that time we were parking our own car. We were still young and the cars had not become so big, right? So it was easy for us to park the car. I could have been driving an 800 or the S-Team, smaller. Everybody else's car also is more compact. It's easier to park the car. And most of us would have been self-driving. Even if not, we'll be dropped at the gate. We will most certainly, in those years, not need to walk. From the Kalani Ketan part of it, passing that Irani restaurant, or then opposite it is Sassanian, and then there is that masjid on that road, or then past Lotus Court. Next to Lotus Court is one dargah where I say there is that lady who's slightly cockeyed. Even in those days she's fat also. She's got one small daughter, which I remember playing on her tricycle in 1998, 1999. I don't know. So we pass that place, Lotus Court, and what I see is I'm walking on that street. And that also it is night time. I'm looking from down up, diagonally opposite, checking Jaswal building, 4 Jaswal, my father's bedroom. And I'm saying, Papa is not at home now. Papa has not come back home. Then I walk into the compound, I cross the road and I walk into the compound. The watchman, in olden days, they used to stand up and, kind of do their little whatever. Also, they take passengers in the lift because it's also got office. So there are 2 more men also after me who have entered, and they will use the lift and go up. My home is on the first floor. So most of us, whether it is my aunts, whether it is me, whether it is Varsha, it's only 1 floor up. We just walk it. It's too much of a hassle getting into the old lift, and then, there's no need. So we always walk it to the first floor. It's a very short walk. So this girl also does it. That girl is superimposed on me. I know it is not me because I myself have not been in this situation ever before. I go ring the doorbell. Everything is nicely lit. But when the door opens, I don't see which person opens the door for me. It's not a man. It is the maid at the home. She says, Madam andar hai, ya haan wo andar hai, something of that sort. But when I look down, I see that there has been dumped in the passage some slippers, some shoes, some stuff. And you enter into the passage and all this is piled up over there for being thrown out. Makes no difference to me. I take cognizance of it and I go to the living room section where I've been told she's on that side. And I see Varsha bursting out of the last room or something, and she is crying. She's wearing a blue color, you can say a slinky nightie, but then she's covered herself with an overcoat. It is light blue, it is blue, it's a mix between light blue and turquoise. It's a very beautiful one and it's a very high quality, and it's got a little what do we call it, some lace, but of very high quality. So whatever she's wearing looks very high end. It doesn't look cheap. It looks very high end. Some of it looks cheap. This looks very high end, and she actually looks really pretty and really good, but she's crying. And her face is fair, and it seems to be looking powdered and pink. But you don't see the powder on her. No, you don't see You don't see anything. All I say is, my God, she's looking fair and pink while I'm sleeping. It's my observation in my sleep, and I'm also wondering what happened, you know. And I say, what happened to you, my baby? And I'm going to hug her. Something like Koshi auntie would do. Except that should be a shapeshifter for Koshi auntie, not the original. I'm zillion percent sure. I'm zillion percent sure. I've never been more sure in my life. So Varsha says, I have put in my papers for a divorce 4-5 months ago. The divorce is coming through next month. And I'm thinking, well, she should have told me. Or I'm saying, you should have told me. Something of that sort. Now, how do I know the timeline of this? When I got back to Bombay in March, April 2003, I was told Varsha has thrown out, cleared out most things in this house. And she's given away lots of things, all your books and all. She and Koshi auntie got together and threw out everything. All my stuff. I have gotten married. Varsha is not my note. This version of JAYA.ADVANI has been murdered and cloned by how many people? Your duty, actually, before you insult me, which you have had a merry ride on the back of, is to identify our DNA for each one of us and any clones you find anywhere. You should work backward from me. I'm not interested in the money. I never was. First and foremost, when Trimona got married, find out how she got married. That was in the 80s. She went to America, find out what a hush-hush affair it was. Now, if Varsha got married behind my back and was sent to Europe, Switzerland could be the place. How do I know? In later years, 2005, 6, 7, Kiran Merchant was talking about Switzerland, Jersey cows, foreign imported cows, lots of things. But Varsha, if that was CRISPR'd to be my mother, to live in Lonavala, in my mom's home, my mom, it is saying, was sent to a shed at Puttaparthi, then you should understand how filthy it is. When I was leaving my marriage, 1 minute, you don't insult me, you fucking come here and do the fucking job of checking things the way I say it. Otherwise, you will be an accomplice to murder. You know your bloody place. Understand your place earned by you. When it comes to the ex-husband, when I was leaving it, what did he say? Are you a model? At least don't go commit suicide. Whatever you do, you don't commit suicide. It is, when I left, I just left. But who was crying was Varsha. Varsha was emotional. I just said, okay, if this is it, I have studied it. This setup is not worth even spending 1 tear on. Okay, I was upset inside the marriage, but once we've decided we're leaving it, no need to shed tears. There's no need. Right? Because whoever we're dealing with is an absolute useless class of human being, if you can call him that. Given that there were shapeshifters over there, which we now studying and re-looking at things, say no, I have a feeling they were shapeshifters. But who knew this? It was Ritu Malia. But for Ritu Malia, we've got 10 people who shapeshifted for her. Now, if Kailash Aunty for Trimona has gotten her daughter's marriage done hush-hush, and it is expected, after all, when I have been sent to QUT in 1996, January, February, Varsha has graduated from her TYBCom a few months afterwards. It's okay to find a good boy and get her married at that time. Varsha may have gotten married to a good boy, but if somebody was keenly watching who is getting married where, knocking the boy off, shape-shifting into marriages, then screwing around with things, creating confusion in everyone's home, that's something that you should actually then question. Jihad is an Islam leftist concept, but it has come out of the mouth of some people sitting in the Indian parliament. What common sense does that make? How dare you talk about jihad because India's independence itself is jihad? For both sides of the border. You have confused everything, and SRK, according to me, it is his pad that was used. Now, if the NIA got insulted along with the ED, when I said my reading is talking about 10 NIA shapeshifting for SRK or living at Mannat, that may not be the case. It suddenly got triggered in my mind today. In Jayashankar's name is SRK. Mr. Amit Shah's name is also SRK. The women who come to work over here, most are Shahi, SHAHI. If you studied SRK, he has a very, very quirky sense of humor. When he has created the Oro to a Kanayalal JAYA.ADVANI, maybe the real Mr. Bachchan CRISPR to be Mr. Kani Advani before he's been done away with. Find out at the Filmfare Awards who were complaining about SRK's behavior and questioning his lack of respect and his ability to make fun of old veterans in the Indian film industry. Whether it was Dharmendra, whether it was Amitabh Bachchan. Just find out what exactly happened at the award show. Also, his Dawn first movie came out in which year? Then Dawn 2 in 2011, all that has actually very heavy indications for what is behind the scenes. When it comes to the NIA, all I'm saying is, if my reading was saying that 10 NIA are connected with SRK and 1 ED connected with Suhan Ka Suhag, it is possible these guys are shape-shifting in the Indian ministry. Mr. Amit Shah's name is Shah only, and he is the Home Ministry. What does Mr. Jayashankar do? I don't know, not sure. But if there is any connection with the ED, then it's shapeshifters, shape-shifting, you working for the shapeshifters or not realizing at times you're dealing with a shapeshifter. That could be something that needs to be looked into. That is how the overlap probably happens. If you know for sure you're not going to his house, you're not going chasing his stuff, you're not using his stuff, he has not hired you as personal people to look after his stuff or to give him security. If you say no, that is not legally, we don't know anything. Nobody over here is actually doing that. Then the other way, the flip way is this. He is shape-shifting in a place where you come and go for. And that's the Indian ministry. If in my read, it had the CM, PM, Government of India mentioned, then that is it. Except that we don't take SRK and SK and all this, and then when we get Government of India or whatever, we don't think, oh, ऐसे उसको मिलाते नहीं है. Right? You're understanding what I'm saying? These are all the things that got triggered off by this one dream this morning, which upset me very much. One more thing that is very important that needs to be put on record is when I came away from my marriage, it was Pushpa who was working in my home, brought in from Regina Pacis a couple of months before I moved. I think she could have come to my home a couple of months before, not even a couple of months, maybe 3-4 months before I got married. So if I got married early March, she could have joined sometime November, December. It is she who has opened the door behind my back, because I was still in Bangalore at that time, not in Bombay. The throwing out of all the items connected with me happened before I arrived in Bombay, stayed a couple of months in Fort Aswell. Pushpa says she wants to go back to her children wherever she comes from, Assam or wherever. So I take her to Regina Pacis. The nun over there says she wants to go back to her home. Anyway, she has worked for 2 years in your home, and generally more than 1 year they prefer to go home after that. So she's already been here 2 years now. She wants to leave. There's another girl who will replace her. She's waiting over there. Her name called her, Bertie, come here, Bertila, come here. And then said she will come with you and she will work for you. That's how Bertila joined working at my home. That was also a change. After Bertila started working in my home, before my birthday in 2003 itself, I moved out of Fort Aswell saying that Bertila, do the work. Pushpa looked after it pretty well. These girls are well trained. Let her hang around Fort Aswell. I don't want my dad being upset, because I am upset. So I don't want him getting upset uselessly. Watching me and all that. I need a break. I just need to be a little on my own also. So let me go away to the suburban 1401 Suman Towers and see if I can get a job also. At the same time, I'm in Bombay. I can hang around Varsha whenever I want, and I can even come home whenever I want, right? I'm closer to home. So I moved to the suburban house. That's before my birthday. How do I know that? Because I have regrouped with Pritika Dugar, who I have been friends with at Rachna Sansad. The 2 times that I joined Rachna Sansad for interior designing, that is after I left working with propertyindia.com. Rachna Sansad is a very, very big creative college. It's difficult to get admission over there, frankly telling you. If you think this is a joke, वो प्रभादेवी पे है, सिद्धिविनायक के पीछे. Why this is very important and it is not a joke is because Pritika Dugar gave me a cowbell, which you get mostly only and only in Switzerland. She gave me that in 2003 for my birthday on the 19th June 1973. Celebrated 2003. Pritika Dugar, I got in touch with her primarily for what? Because I moved to the suburbs. Pritika stays at Warsaw. 15 minutes or 10 minutes away. It is sea facing. Where I live is third lane. It's third cross lane at Lokhandwala. In the Lokhandwala market is what it is called. It's just shops everywhere. Yes, Pritika stays in a better sea facing place. That's Warsaw. Though Lokhandwala market has a higher price range, at least at that time. It's more developed. Okay, so anyway, we regroup with her because Pritika and all our friends, Shelly, Megha, Preeti, that bunch of girls had visited me at NSCI Club before I went on my honeymoon. Yes. So I had been in touch with them after I got married, and they had even visited my hotel room at NSCI Club before I left for my honeymoon. Everything was fine at that time. In fact, the boy also had gone to the gym. He had come to the hotel room and these girls were still there at that time. So they even met him. That was 2002. So I was not feeling bad getting back in touch or feeling strange getting back in touch with Pritika. Pritika's friend was Gauri, is what she used to keep saying. Yet Pritika never introduced me to Gauri. that cowbell is a giveaway about something. But Varsha being upset with her situation happened behind my back before I arrived back in Bombay. The one who opened the door to whoever went in and said, "What happened to you, my baby?" something of that sort, that was Pushpa who opened the door. Bartila had not started working with us till that time. Varsha could have been upset because the boy who she was married to could have shapeshifted in my marriage, done on purpose. And she found out because my reading actually talked about the mother wanting to take the matter to the court and expose the entire whatever it is that these fucks had done. Kailash Aunty never did that. It is possible Kailash Aunty was shapeshifted for Ritu, picked up by SRK from his film industry, placed so that he can manipulate things within the house, which he did. For Ritu Malia's identity, I was told there are 10 shapeshifters, including from Japan and Korea. As of now, Kailash Advani is still staying as Ritu Malia with no memory at UB City. That's the original. She was cortexed on, cortexed off. Varsha went on to be cortexed on, cortexed off as my mom. Taken to Lonavala. Then something happened to her in 2009, big time. But she finally passed away only in 2018. So the white smoke or the white aura that I saw on my cupboard, my wardrobe, whether that was February or March 2018, was her. I thought because I was called 3rd of May 2018 that my father has passed away at 6:30 in the morning, and the cremation was done by 7 in the evening, but his body was stinking. For a man who has passed away in the morning to have such a stinking body, I thought maybe he died earlier. But since I was so unwell and genuinely unwell, I was not able to go to the cremation ground. I went down and then I went back up because I thought I'll fall. So I just went back home. Right? What I'm just trying to say is, I thought maybe these guys could have done something to my dad, and so what I saw was my dad's aura or his ghost, because it freaked me out actually. What transpired after seeing that white on the wardrobe, and I know that it was something totally out of the ordinary, is because I had a wardrobe in Suman Towers which I had fitted opposite of me, and there used to be the old wardrobes on the side of the bed, but it is only on the wardrobe opposite to me that this thing had shown itself. And also my curtains of my bedroom used to stay closed because, well, in Bombay it's not like, open scenery that you want everything open so you see all the greenery. Over there everything is building. You leave your windows open, within the next lane has another tall tower looking into your home. So I don't like that, right? So okay, it's my bedroom, we keep the curtains closed. So in spite of everything being shut, no light being on, suddenly, or maybe one yellow light being on, suddenly I saw, because it was at around, I think, 5-6 in the evening, and it freaked me out actually, to tell you quite truthfully. I saw something very different and I got pretty worked up that how did this thing happen. After that, I got lots of information that was brought onto my mobile phone. where in the news items Tesla's name was being pulled up. I ignored it because it didn't make sense to me. Also in YouTube, something connected with these cans and jars and bodies being kept over there, and something, don't ever use the name of the Illuminati, otherwise you will get into trouble. Something was written about disappearing people. Some video was put out about the Illuminati. Illuminati mention was also given in the news item, either on Yahoo or on Google News. I don't even know. But because none of it meant anything to me, I didn't spend time on it. I just scrolled through it. I didn't even open it to see it. It didn't make sense. I just read and moved on. But then later on, these things were still populating, and it was going to, in YouTube, it went to what I said. Any which ways, I got called back to Jaswell, 3rd of May 2018, that my dad has passed away. After that, I never returned to 1401 Suman Towers. Now this is a timeline later on, but the earlier timeline between 2003, just before my June birthday 2003, otherwise I couldn't have met up with Pritika, and Pritika would not have given me a birthday gift. Which she gave me was the bell, the cow bell, but that you see in Switzerland. That's also the DDLJ movie, right? I still didn't piece it together. I found it weird, but I didn't piece it together. Simultaneously, when I have gone back to stay at Fort Jaswell, end 2004, early 2005, because my cousin JAYA.ADVANI is getting married. But then after that, I have not returned to 1401 Suman Towers. Not ever. Not at that time. I've permanently settled down now in Fort Jaswell. That is 2005 onwards. I have a feeling plenty of things went wrong at Jaswell on the back of whatever happened to Varsha. And no, it is not my family that would have done the upside down, because when I have come back, Binu says if you ever get burnt, you do this remedy. The only person who got burnt was connected with my mom, Annu Sadrangani, when she married the real Kiran merchant. And over there, Jamna Bai's daughter-in-law, who was entertaining men at 1-2 in the morning in the private society grounds, making a lot of noise with these auto rickshaw drivers coming into that open private ground in the middle of all the bungalows. My mum once lost her temper and said something to her and my mom used to do very heavy prayers at those days. They used to do lots of prayers. Something happened to her daughter-in-law, happened to somebody in their family. Because my mom used to say, my stuff is going on, why are you playing this terrible filmy music and, creating a mess over here? Anyway, you are squatting on private ground. Ideally, so they used to actually complain. So something happened to that lady going forward when my mom got really wild with her, and from her room of her bungalow told her something. Because if they were very coarse or they were very uncouth in their behavior, my mom at some point in time could have, this thing went on for 3-4 years. So my mom finally could have lost her temper and said something to her. And down the line something did happen to her. She got completely burnt. Anyway, whoever was keeping an eye out for Jaswell was doing all the recruiting of everybody who has worked for us from the very inception. The messing around between Jaya, Varsha, Varsha, Jaya also was done by that person only. Other than who I saw in my sleep most upset, I don't have any other sister. The filth would have been played by a shapeshifter for JAYA.ADVANI, leveraging her position that is stolen by her. These filthy games are never played by my family members. The fact that a filthy game was played, it means you are not my family. If Varsha got affected on the back of it, then I hold you responsible. And going forward, it is definitely going to catch up with you no matter where you go, no matter what positions you have held, no matter who you are. Okay? That's what needed to be explained primarily. And that's what I have done now. Okay? What I do want to do, well, you can always check. Her divorce was coming in next month. But that was how many months before me? My divorce, first and foremost, when we're calling each other, my divorce didn't just happen just like that. I was talking to my sister, I was talking to my mother, I was going to Koshi Auntie's house, I was going to Ritu's house, complaining. How do you think I know about Pramala's story with Toby? Imagination. Or then for that matter, Apollo Hospital की जो Jaya Reddy है. By the way, amongst those 4 girls, there's 1 or 2 of them who have been replaced. So that's huge resource. That's Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Far, far away from here. Somewhere that I've also hardly gone to. सच्चाई है. But indirectly, directly through our network only. The same fucking miscreants who messed around with my sister. तुमको हमको कुछ भी बोलना है मादर चुतिया, और सच्चाई नहीं बनता है क्योंकि तुमने हर चीज को डिस्ट्रॉय किया है और तुमने इतना कंफ्यूजन सोसाइटी के अंदर बनाया है. तू समझा क्या? Even if you re-edit our genes, try to re-engineer it because you're a fuck. You're an illiterate piece of shit. There is a way the forensics can undo all the bloody fucking editing. They just need to get down to figure out what the editing is. They'll be able to take it to the fucking source. तू क्या करेगा? They can undo the genealogy. Just need the right kind of doctors, the right kind of team of people. From anywhere in the world. You leveraged one weapon everywhere. You thought they'll never catch up with you, but they will catch up with you. More importantly, what I want to tell you in basic words and black and white. तू यहाँ पे भी निकले 20 साल 30 साल चूतिया, चोरी और ब्लड मनी पे तू सोचे तू बहुत बड़ा बन गया है. जिस दिन तू आत्मिक रूप से वापस जाएगा, नर्क तुमको छोड़ेगा नहीं 10 कल्पा के लिए. That I'm giving you an oath from my end. I'm giving you an oath. Nobody can undo it. For the last 3 years, whenever I've done tarot of other people, I'll be honest with you, whenever I've asked under my nose, even if I live here 20 years, will these bastards get caught? And found out for whatever these fucks have done. हमको मिलता है no. It's happened many times. Most times. 99.99 times. The tarot reading is somebody else's. It's a yes-no tarot. And I get a no for an answer. But whenever I have asked कि ये जो है 1 to 10 kalpas, for whatever they have done, messing around the way they messed around, are they going to Patal, Nark, Rasatal? For 10 kalpas, sometimes I've got no. But be brought to book, I've got yes. Each and every time, consistently 3 years. Now you beat it, I don't care. You beat it, I don't care. वही होके ही रहेगा. Varsha is dead. She's got a clone for her. The clone for Varsha says you left the marriage, but see, I would make the marriage work. Your ex-husband is like Papa. Sanjeev is actually like Papa. See how I make it work. That was 2006 or 2005. But Varsha was already upset. She had already put in her papers for a divorce. That is before even I put my papers in for divorce. And this was played out at Forge Asheville, but I was not in Bombay at that time. Either Varsha was playing filthy, or Varsha genuinely got CRISPR to become my mother, which is what my pendulum says. My marriage, divorce, my father said there's no need to tell anybody, you keep it quiet. None of my ID cards had ever been changed. So I was an Advani when I was married for those 5 months and an Advani even afterwards. Aid होगा तू चूतिया जो चोरी करता है मादर चोत. तू रंडी क्लास है पक्का. Like a whore running a whorehouse and a fucking pimp. Total shit. You are that quality only Kamathipura ka byproduct. Even they earn more and have more punya than you do. You piece of crap. You are true garbage. True pig shit. So for Varsha's assets, did you create a Varsha? But only post 2005. After I have come back to stay at number 4 Jasmine. On the back of Nikhil's marriage to Mala. After that time. The pink white face of my sister in a night dress, I don't know what to call it, which I have never seen her wear in real life. Yet she had worn that on that day. That door for sure was opened by somebody. The fact that that house was being cleared out, I am the witness of it. Later on, it was confirmed by that who was being my mom, who said, you know, Varsha just needed to clear out everything, and she and Koshi auntie got together and they threw all your books out. I said, okay, whatever it is, those are all my, as long as she didn't throw my QUT reports and all, everything else is fine. What upset Varsha so much that she wanted to get rid of lots of things connected with me? I have not even got married now 6 months. Or 10 months or 1 year. What is this mask clear out? Now if she's with Koshi, which version of Koshi Gupta? JAYA.ADVANI is very different. First and foremost, playing these filthy games is not her thing. Neither is it Kailash Auntie's thing. Outsiders shape-shifting for the both of them, we don't know who they are. If they are leftist Islamists, which I won't be surprised, given the style, what the fuck were you doing shape-shifting in our setup? Then how are you connected with the Indian ministry? On the back of it, given the Indian ministry, we have been told that Arnab Goswami is no more. But he was crusading for those who were in the Indian ministry. There are other journalists who told you that in the Indian ministry, your BJP has more than 52-51% of party members who have criminal charges against them. The way they twist it is Congress put false charges against them and sent them to jail, so they became criminals. But my take is those guys were actually, as opposition, one by one done away with, and actual hardened criminals entered in their place. Shah Rukh Khan's marriage to Gauri Khan, her interview speaking about her marriage indirectly, some journalists speaking about some of the Khans being ISI agents, and the entire face of journalism changing. It is very possible that that marriage happened for Riodo entry into the Indian army at one point. Cloning, changing people, able to do it was the name of the game. Even at that time, it is very possible. Same with Preeti Zinta. And I don't know whoever else you want to then network it to. When Doval has said something in 2003, or when the first, he could have prodded them initially, then it is discussed in the parliament for taking the biometrics of people, shot down many times. In between, he is called to catch Dawood in 2005. It's a failed operation. How much gap is between Gauri's marriage to Shah Rukh, her interview about indirectly talking about her marriage? It's sometime in the latter half of the 1990s, I feel. Then when did the face of journalism change? When did they, just to cover up things, say they are corporatizing the underworlds, connect to the film industry? But when did parallelly the journalism change? So the gap up to 2003 is not much. The ability to shapeshift in my marriage is a question of 2002. If you can bring in lookalikes into my marriage, my sister is in my dream today looking very, very sad, and that's behind my back. You created another Jaya and Varsha, getting rid of one, crisping her for my mom till you got rid of her. Finally, according to my pendulum, sometime February 2018 is what it was saying. Why couldn't you do that for the others also, including a Gauri Khan? Why wouldn't you not be able to do that? Gauri Khan nahi hai, Gauri Khan hai. Gauri Chibar bolu. Let's say Gauri Chibar. Yeah, let's take it back to her own, where she's born. Why you couldn't do that to her? After all, on the back of it, what don't you gain? Especially since you've been called the darkest of the darkest, along with RIL, along with Elon's camp. That's because you shapeshift. There's a time you have shapeshifted as yourself. Then in the RIL camp, you're the same height. Or there is one man of that height who has done in both homes. God only knows. Better than the original. Darker than the original. But that VFX fucking business all the way to Neuralink and Google is just an extension of what you do using technology and gaming, but now going straight for the brain and mixing it with medical sciences. You're able to send me these dreams how? In the timeline. You're able to read my mind how? One lie from you, is enough to dafna you in nark. That also you make sure you understand. When you're a warrior, learn to tell the truth. Otherwise you're a bloody pussy. पता नहीं क्या है, कहाँ से सीवर से उठाया गया, पता नहीं क्या है तू, कीचड़. क्या कौन सा वॉरियर तू है? चूहा क्लास, गुरिल्ला वाफे करेगा? ना ना, नन ऑफ दैट. You are a poor excuse of everything, frankly telling you, with no real standing of any class. बोलो सब terrain of even the sewer class. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the session. Are you with me? Did I dream of you this morning at around 6 in the morning? Was that you that I saw at Fort Jaswell? Cute white, pink face, but crying. You were wearing the blue nightie. You married behind my back without telling me. You married when I went away to QUT to study. You left a proxy at Fort Jaswell because you had visa issues till you get your residency and settle in your marriage. Is that why it was arranged that way? This was done by Ritu and Koshi on your behalf. The advice was given to you by them. If you can tell me, are they the original sisters of JAYA.ADVANI? The ones who gave you this advice and got all this arrangement done? Did you settle in Switzerland? You settled in Norway? Or close to Norway somewhere? Did you settle in Ireland? Were you directly, indirectly involved with something connected with Shapurji Palunji in any way? A shapeshifter for the boy? The actual boy? Friends of the boy? Same social circle? If I can ask you without sounding stupid, did you marry SRL? Did you marry Simal's first cousin, Sanjeev Raj and Lake Raj? Anand Khandelwal, a Parsi guy. But somebody in the same social circle network as Kailash Aunty's friends, the Shapurji Palunji crap, not crap, sorry, I meant that lot, same social circle or by association. Now you have to tell me the truth. You got upset, you threw my stuff out, not my stuff, but you were clearing out. Lots of it was even my books, which I used to have. Lots. I used to have 3 bags, 4 bags filled with different books up on the loft. Then lots of my shoes and slippers, and I don't know, lots of junk also. I'm not saying it's good you threw it out, but were you upset with me when you threw all that stuff out? When you were clearing the house out at 4 Jaswell, were you upset with me for any reason? You are JAYA.ADVANI only who's talking to me. You were in my dream, though I see Varsha's pink white face, but she's crying and I don't like it. As in, I feel pretty bad watching it. So you are that who I saw in the dream today in the morning? So it was you in the process of cleaning out that place, as in throwing out everything that was excessive, with the help of whoever is working at the home. The woman who came in, was she pretending to be Koshi auntie by any chance? Who said, "What happened to you, my baby?" Something of that sort, and then gives you a big bear hug. Was that Koshi auntie? Was that the original Koshi auntie? Was that a shapeshift of a Koshi auntie? Did this have anything? Was that lady actually the same lady who who used to live at the dargah below Lotus Court? Was she shape-shifting, pretending to be Koshi auntie? They're involved in some nefarious activities. There is a dhobi behind over there somewhere in the compound of Lotus Court. Are we talking about the same dargah? Are we talking about the small dargah opposite, near the fruit wala? Are we talking about the round dargah which is in the middle of the road where Sasinian is and it leads to Dobi Talao and metro? Are we talking about that dargah? Are we talking about the dargah which is like a tunnel next to Lotus Court, where a little girl used to be on her tricycle and suddenly she starts greeting me with her mother, which has never happened from 73 onwards ever? It suddenly starts in 98, 99 sometime. You're talking about that dargah? That girl, are those kids Shoaib and Sabah by any chance? Sabah got married in Bihar and Orissa somewhere after the Sushant Singh Rajput case, and the CBI being brought in because Bombay CBI says no, nothing wrong, nothing wrong. That was before and in and around the coronavirus. So that family is a problem factor. They moved to the suburbs. Were they close to Deep Towers ever? Were they living anywhere in and around Oshiwara? So Oshiwara, Jogeshwari, Milat Nagar, where Milat Nagar has lots of Muslims living there. It's got, you know how you have a Sindhi society, they have like a Muslim society. So they live in and around close, not close, but within, let's say, I don't know, let's say within 20 minutes of Deep Towers, anywhere radius. They moved primarily from the Dargah. They're connected with SRK in any way. The real SRK is in his human form today. Is he in his physical body today? The real SRK, the one who worked in circus or then in Fauji or whatever, that guy is still in his human form. The one who got married to Gauri Khan or Gauri Chibar, is he in his human form? Gauri Chibar, Gauri Khan is in her human form, in her physical body. Am I in my physical body? Am I Jaya.ADVANI, your sister for all practical purposes? I don't know if we even DNA related, given the amount of confusion this chap has done. But let's just say, am I your sister and the two of us went to Fort Convent together? So Jaya Varsha, Varsha Jaya, or mostly Jaya Varsha. So did the two of us go to Fort Convent together? Did we go to HR also at some point in time, little time overlap? You 2 years more than me. Can I ask you, are you in your physical body as of now? Are you still in your physical form as of now? In your physical body as of now? Today you are not upset with me because you can see things for what it is in the entire picture. But tell me honestly, when you were throwing my stuff out, all my books, all my shoes, all my whatever junk that there was lying around, were you upset with me at that time? Did somebody from your network or in your marriage shapeshift in my marriage during my 5-month marriage to SRL? And is that what upset you? Were you aware that I was leaving the marriage? What you mentioned during my sleep, whoever it is who said, "What happened to you, my baby?" and came to give you a hug, and you said, I am getting a divorce. The divorce is coming through next month, and I put in the papers few months ago. That was you getting a divorce before I get a divorce? Mama was aware of it. Did Mama threaten to take the matter to the court? Is that why everything went haywire from there on? All this is SRK and his group of people's work? All this is got to do with the second version of Dad from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh? All this has got to do with somebody from your ex-husband? That means this group connected with Shapoorji, Palunji and all what? And Tata and all. They're all connected with nefarious people. They are the real Tatas and they are the real people. They are the real bloodline. Anand Khandelwal and SRL also knew them. They used to work for them. Were they shape-shifting for these people? So all this bio war or biotech war, when it comes to brain control and all, is it safe to say that Tata Medical Research has some hand in it? Or was silently doing research in this field too with their scientists? Or was funding these projects somewhere? Like, whether it is Neuralink. Was Neuralink their offshoot? But the work had started by Google, right? DeepMind. So how do we understand it? Google DeepMind is a bigger criminal than Tata? Or Tata and Google DeepMind, or then Neura, Tata, Tesla, Google DeepMind are all connected with criminal activity, or then harmful medical research, or then wanting to brain control people? Are we to understand it that way? Now, who exactly were you married to? Are you willing to give that person's name? Can I ask you a question? I don't know what to ask you. You are my sister only. Is there anybody else with you also talking for their situation? Okay, let me ask you, did you leave your life form in the year prior to 2017? Did you leave your life form January 2018? Did you leave your life form or your physical body, not life form, your physical body, did you leave it sometime February 2018? Were you murdered? Kiran uncle was murdered in 2007, 2005, 2006, 2008. Kiran uncle was murdered in 2000. Are we talking about Kiran Merchant, son of Narottam Das Merchant? DNA related son of Narottam Das Merchant, brother of Veena Merchant, Poonam Merchant, Niranjani Merchant's son. Ravindra's brother. Are we talking about him? Was he murdered in 2009? Were you messed around with further in 2009 onwards? Was Mama left in a shed somewhere in Puttaparthi or something of that sort, some kind of an ashram, to survive on her own? Was she found and then put into a better place? Does she remember who she is? Does she remember everything that happened in the past? Does she know who she is up against? Is she going to win this one? At least from the spirit realm point of view. So that version of Elon who talks about a pineapple connected, pulling it out from his pant, connected with a mother-daughter team, he's speaking about you? Were you raped sometime 2012? If I can openly use the word. Was it like an orgy? Was it a group raping kind of thing? Were you and was your conscience taken and put up to Sophia in any way? What is the connect between, is there any connect between you and Sophia in any way? The humanoid called Sophia and you, is there any connect between the two? Is it just on the grounds of some features of cat being put on Sophia's face? Is that what it is? Am I an accomplice to whatever happened to you? Did I even know what had happened with you? Did the same bunch who purposely messed around with you, is that the same lot that messed around in my marriage or in my life too? Did it have anything to do with Fort Convent School in some way? Was this about Behzad Dala and Binaifa Dala? Did this have something to do with that? The girl who is Sister Shivani in that ashram, what's that ashram called? Is it Radha Swami or is it something else? What is that place called? She looks like Behzad Dala's sister, Binaifa Dala, little. She's called Sister Shivani over there. Oberoi goes over there. ये जो विवेक ओबराय है उसका जो फादर है सुरेश ओबरॉय. What are you called? Kumaris. What kind of Kumaris are you? Brahma Kumaris. One minute, that girl called Shivani, Sister Shivani, Brahma Kumaris की जो है Mount Abu पे. She looks a little like Binaifa Dhala. So this is about Behzad and Binaifa Dhala. Something connected with them. And what happened, let's just say 9th, 10th standard? Cyrus Mystery is involved. Sister Edel had anyone shape-shifting for her? Making Fort Convent a government-aided school was done on purpose. Removing a 15 rupee tie but charging her 6,000 for the uniform. Other than that, so this problem started on the back of Binaifa and JAYA.ADVANI. And it was what? Pick your battles wisely. It's picked wisely only. Okay, I hope you're not feeling bad as of now. Now I find it funny, to tell you quite frankly. Ambolu jo tu bole, what you used to say when we were in school, you remember what you used to say? I don't want to repeat it because this is the camera. But you remember what you used to say? तो लगता है that is very true. You really do have quite a magical tongue. I've never seen so much like a cassata, so easily things being put into place. If we think about it long term. From a perspective that you have to know the rules and regulations, then to know what happens long term. Okay, so anyway, I was pretty sad when we saw you not happy in the dream, but is your state of mind or your soul still in that state? Are you still in that state? I saw you pretty naughty and happy swimming in the yellow light above the mountains, which looked like it was, I didn't know what mountain ranges they were, but there was plenty of greenery also. So are you in that state, which is a very lit state and also seems to be enjoying herself, swimming in the atmosphere way above? So are you in that state of happiness actually at soul level as of now? Or then ever since you have exited out of the body, gone through your healing process, or the whatever process, and however they do the treatment of the soul to get it back to be whole. So are you in an okay state as of now? You were only bringing it to my notice who's behind all this nonsense. Yesterday you got me to talk about Dad 2. DAD with 2 I's, which was Dad 2. It also said Dadi, DADI, Dadi. It also said EU. Now, were you trying to identify who is responsible for the problems that happened with you? In that throw, were you trying to tell me who did this to you? Were you telling me somebody who is trustworthy? But how do I figure out they're trustworthy with so much happening upside down, and that also is back to the Europe region? How do I trust what happened to you will not happen with me? There seems to be somebody who's absolutely crazy, wanting to just take revenge left, right, center for what? JAYA.ADVANI and Binaifa Dhala. Today, I don't want to say anything, but Sister Edel just had to question me today. I would ask you where your values are. What you're promoting on the bloody corridors of Fort Convent School. That led to all of this. You've never heard of a bad ego problem? Ego, my dear, is connected with the lower realms, nothing to do with the higher realms. And a straightforward questioning. Because the behavior on the corridors of Fort Convent are questionable between two girls. And two girls locking themselves up inside the bathroom hole. Every afternoon we look at what's happening in the toilets. of our Fort Convent school, we say it's strange. So we question it. That demeaned you so much. So anyway, all I will say is let it be. I don't think we ever had it easier than this. It's good. We should pick our wars, not even battles, very wisely. I think we were very wise the way it played out this time. All the best to you. That's all I'll tell you. Okay, instead of getting beyond whatever, we'll just leave it. Now, is there anything you want to talk in a throw where you want me to throw something? Tell me one thing, when I leave my body and go to the afterlife, will we be actually regrouping back together if I manage to keep it straight to the very end? Will we be regrouping once again? Will these guys be joining us? And these guys means, let's just say all the guys we just spoke about, connected with, whatever that caused you your problems. So can everybody who is working at Tesla, Neura, do we include Google in it as well? When I say canning, I'm saying, is their journey going forward at the lower realms? Do we stay away from such people? So then what you talked about dad too when you spoke about dadi, are they in some way connected with these companies and these people in any way? You're saying they are trustworthy people? Are they South Indians in any chance? But then how do we trust them? I don't even know. You're saying they're South Indians. But how come we don't? Do we even know them? But how come I don't know any South Indians? Then how I will know? Okay. Anyway, I will leave it as you say. You want me to do the throw? You want me to throw? You want me to do a throw of Scrabble pieces? Okay, I will do the throw of the Scrabble pieces now, here and now. Okay. So I'll go ahead and do the throw of the Scrabble. Radha Swami Shahid Kapoor goes to with his father. And I think Oberoi, Suresh Oberoi and Vivek Oberoi goes to Brahma Kumaris. It is Vivek Oberoi mixed with some version of SK that I told you I saw in the dream, cutting all the prosperity of all the greenery, and then Vishnu rising and the fire falling, or that boy only? Yes or no? So that's an overlap of the coincidence. The other overlap is SK, Aishwarya Rai was his girlfriend first. Then for a little while she got involved with Vivek Oberoi. Except that Aishwarya Rai is no more in her body. She's already left it. She's got her own shape shifting for her. But that you can be easily replaceable was shown to you in the movie shot in Russia by SK and a lady called Sneha Ulal, who doesn't look like Aishwarya. She's only, you can make out she's somebody else, but she's similar, not the same. Whereas cloning, which is very possible for human cloning, an exact replica was possible in those years. It's slight differentiation, but you have to have a very keen eye to figure it out. Or then you have no eye, but you smell the energy, and not like the shit smell on me. Energy being, even if it is perfume, the best perfume, most expensive, and you're sitting in a 7-star restaurant, or maybe living at the 7-star, but there is something about the person you are interacting with that's not energetically okay. That's smelling the shit. Energetically, atmically on a person. That's what I mean. So that's another coincidence connected with Rai. Okay. Brahma Kumari's Mount Abu ashram was mentioned laughingly by my father. That's why it becomes important. It was also mentioned in Travel Genie by that boy called, his name is Zubair, glass guy, fair guy, Parsi guy. SV रोड पे जो ट्रैवल जीनी था, मेरवान्स बेकरी के opposite. And it's the time to Kisco, which is actually the song, it's the time to disco. SRK का movie है. When my dad ended up in the hospital, the girl who was working over there said her mother had been admitted at South Bombay, Bombay Hospital. So she had come to visit. She was snooping around. But she's from the suburbs. My father went to Bombay Hospital primarily because we live next to Bombay Hospital. She stays in the suburbs, but her mother was put into Bombay Hospital. Right? Anak Desai living next to that Dabu Ratnani in that building, that you just need to do your own check. I don't know. This is not even about them. Now, compared to what my pendulum is saying, what we're actually dealing with is far larger than these guys. Yet it is interwoven in some way. You're getting rid of federal in America. What do you think you're going to become? Better still, when you get out of your chubby body, why are you taking it all? तो धुआं धुआं होने वाला है घर जाके, पता नहीं वाइट धुआं, येलो धुआं के ग्रे के काला, नॉट श्योर. So anyway, you leave it, whatever makes you happy, you be happy. I don't want to say fusky and all, I don't want to say anything. हमको बस खोल के ही रखना है, that it just be open. I am not the deciding factor, I also will be decided for. So I am not actually in a position to decide for anybody. Okay, so if you can give me some guidance of what you want to say while I throw these Scrabble pieces. Okay. Okay, this is what we picked up. We leave it over there. We put away whatever jumped out on its own. Bejer. Bejer. Or beer. Jer, beer. RT. I don't know. RRR. वापस RRR वो है RTI. RRR is RTI. Rits is for Ritu. The ex-husband asked me to meet him at Ritz for lunch or an evening after I was married to him. But that could be Ritu. I don't know if she was called Ritz. In short, Ritu. Ritu, she doesn't dare to call her Kailash Hingorani Kailash Advani. Because Kailash Advani, Kailash Hingorani would never do such a thing. So if you want to know Vittal uncle's background, he was actually living in with a Parsi lady. But he did not marry her. He married Kailash Hingorani, the widow, Kailash Advani, and not the lady he was living in with. I don't know if that was a problem. Not sure. Also, my father used to always laugh and make us watch movies of Jerry Lewis. I don't know if there is anything, that is I don't know if there is anything which is connected in any way, because we have the word Jerry but not Jerry Lewis. So I don't know. There's the word berry, there is beer, there is Jerry. There is turi, which all the Sindhis eat. It's very common. Brute. Which one version of my father? Brute. Jeru brute. Again she's going to Jeru. You are my sister. I don't know Parsis. My sister is a Sindhi. Something to connect with some Jeru, to do with a brute, to rise, to do with IR in some way, something to do with a sire. Over there you have lots of shires, like I don't know what are the places, Berkshire and all that. I don't know. But there are many of them, right? In England. Is Rusi's name over here again? I want these people taught a lesson. शिरडी साई बाबा, बहुत हो गया है. शनि को बोलो अभी उठने का है, बहुत हुआ है, ये लोग को लाइन में लेके आने का है. इनफ नॉनसेंस. Is there a Rusi Karanja? Rusi Karanja? Where have I heard that name? I don't know. But the very fact I have heard it, but I don't know, must be somebody somewhere. As in other names we know, but this name is familiar, but I don't know. I was wondering, is it connected with the Satya Sai Baba organization in any way? So that super speciality hospital, when people are getting their treatment done, can they be researched on without their knowledge? Or then if they're going somewhere for subsidized treatment, well, you don't charge them, but you research them with the hope of cracking something which helps the larger public. Except when it is something connected with converging the humans with technology, it is little devious. Because who wants to be mind controlled? The very fact we come into a human birth connected with our own Atma on our own individual Atmic journeys is so that we're able to choose from right and wrong, righteous, unrighteous, and then take the responsibility of it as Atmas going back to whatever earned loka we are going to, and then whatever birth we get. Now, in that process, when there is a process that is working from spirit, that in the name of human rights, you want to break all rights of everybody. You want to play God here on earth through all the artificial methods that you can deviously employ and get rid of what is a natural ecosystem and a natural way of doing things because you don't have the control over it. What is the issue? Whether you decide or the heavens decide, where if you've earned your place in heaven, you become a decision maker. Almost immediately you're sitting at the lit realm. Your problem comes up why? You're not able to get to the top of that lit realm ka table in spirit. So you want to be the decision maker over here in body. You question yourself and give the answer for the Beza Dhala issue along with Binaifa Dhala. What all hasn't happened? So for such a big thing now, what are you going to do? I will not even take a call. The world is a very big place. Everyone's got their own intellect. Hopefully most of them can think with their own brains, decide which way they think things should be working and what is really good for humanity. Why should I also say anything? Let everyone decide for themselves while they can. Not sure what this is. RTIRS brew. क्या bro नहीं है, bro है. Bro Rusi Jair. You know anybody who is Jeru and Rusi? You know anybody? I don't know. It is their community. I don't know anybody. I don't know, he's playing sounds in my body all the time, playing some fucking buzzer. पता नहीं ये है कौन? There's a saying in my school, I don't want to say it. It's very insulting. अगर कोई ऐसे ट्रिगर होवे सामने से क्वेश्चन करूं क्योंकि हमारे सामने कुछ हो रहा है तो पूछूं ये है क्या, तो नथिंग रॉन्ग इन इट, नो, वी आर ऑल किड्स इन स्कूल. लेकिन इतना लंबा चढ़ा है तो आई डोंट नो इफ यू आर रियली इन अ पोजिशन टू want to be at the table of the lit realm of judges. Lit realm goes northwards. उसके लिए ईगो जो होता है इतना बढ़ चढ़ के नहीं होता है कि इतना ईगो का इशू बन गया. किसी को 2 क्वेश्चंस पूछे, व्हाई यू इन द बाथरूम एवरी आफ्टरनून, What are you all are doing inside over there, and why you are going hand in hand like this, like this, like this? You all are girls. This I am seeing with my boyfriend. उसको बोला नहीं, पूछा ये क्या है, दैट्स ऑल. वो इतना बड़ा ईगो इशू बने कि हमारा लाइफ खराब करे. One has to question you, no? Then how you can go to the lit realm? So because you don't make to the lit realm, you are going in the opposite direction. Over here you are going to exercise human welfare from which realm? That also by force. Very contradictory to what otherwise happens from the spirit realm. Bye. You please show me where ego and anger is considered a virtue for the upper realms, and please show me when it is considered a vice taking you to the lower realm. So anyway, please find out who is Rusi and who is Jair or Jeru, connected with Ritu, the brother, connected with the Iris, connected with right to information, connected with Suri, connected with Siri, Cyrus, Sairu वापस आ गया है. Not Cyrus, Sairu, but not spelled properly. Cyrus is Cyrus, no? तो ये जो है is SIRU with no S. ये second time हमको Sairu मिला है. Maybe this is not Cyrus Mistry. This could be Sairu for Cyrus Mistry. And don't keep playing sounds in my body. I don't understand. तो आवाज़ जो है, I will bring that उदुपी रेस्टोरेंट का वो जो बेल है, every time you fuck around, यहाँ पे हम बेल चलाएगा तुम्हारा ऊपर. Don't make me get angry. You understood? I don't like to exercise temper because that also goes to the lower realm. बोलते हैं कंट्रोल करना चाहिए, तो कंट्रोल करते हैं ना. बहुत टाइम से तुमको जो है just observing you, the way my dad used to do it. Keep one keen eye and watch everything you do, so that when you need to be brought to book fact once and for all, एक टाइम जोर से ख़त्म करते हैं, but from an appropriate place in an appropriate manner. So for that, better to just be the observer and watch you and not react. You understand? यहाँ पे बुरी है, हुरी नहीं है. BUREE. बिस्ट्रो, ये तो इसका बरिस्ता तो है ही ना पहले ही. तो bistro means bed also. My aunt told me when I told her I want to get out of my marriage, she says, what? You make your bed, you got to sleep in it. I told her, अगर ऐसे गंदा बेड के अंदर सोई लोग जो बेड, you don't change your covers, it's unhygienic. At least once or twice a week तो it should be sent for a wash. You sleep in dirty covers, is it? बेड को तो बदलता नहीं है, उसको क्लीन नहीं करता है. The staff बेड को बनाता नहीं है. हमारे घर पे twice a week if we got staff in our home. तो which bed you make and you got to sleep in it? Bed गंदा है, throw it out, get another one. That's more comfy. And make sure the covers are clean along with the pillow covers and whatever we cover our body with. Send it for a wash every other day. You will also feel happy. Hygiene है ना. Whether you are in a hut, whether you are in a middle class government housing, whether you are in upper middle class okay home, or you are in a palace, at least hygiene is hygiene. Keep it. I am irritated to some extent, but I shouldn't be. I must just let it be. Bistro, like a barista. JAYA. That she is probably saying the jeering and whatever bells being played in my body is coming from EU. Who are you to sit and bring in so many people from around the world in such a sneaky, cheap manner against one girl for asking you what you were doing in the bathroom every afternoon at lunchtime and why you are walking with your hands dangling over another girl's shoulder? And you are also a girl and parading in the corridors. For that, Sister Edel calls my father to the office downstairs and reprimands me. You don't find it weird that two girls are locked inside a bathroom full bloody afternoon after afternoon, every bloody lunch break? They are convent of Jesus and Mary. You don't find it weird? You go hiding inside the bathroom. We got a library in case they want to read comics. Smoking is allowed in our school. Drugs is allowed in our school. So why sit inside a bathroom? Our school is what? One toilet? It's a Solab Sanchalay? What is it? Where do most of the girls hang around? Do we have a church downstairs? Are the girls hanging around outside it? Are the girls playing throwball? Do we have a canteen? Do we have a nice large hall downstairs where all the girls sit and talk? I used to sit with my group down over there, eat lunch. Do we have lunch benches you can sit at with your friends? Do we have second floor hall with the stage? Do we have the back gardens where, again as a group, we used to go to the back gardens in lunchtime? Khulla har cheez hai. We are not allowed to step outside the gates of the school unattended. The bathroom mein ghus ke kya karna hai? For what? Why you didn't question them? Because I am a quiet child, I don't argue with anybody. Everything is yes, and I'm just quiet. I don't talk too much. Doesn't mean you have to question me or do all this which is inappropriate. You were inappropriate, not me. Only at that time I didn't know how to argue it, so we just listened to the principal. Because my principal bolti hai, she tells my father, your daughter spoke like this, I think she needs counseling. I say okay. And I say okay, go apologize and move on. But kya ego levels hai? I to question all these things. The principal before me should have questioned it, what she was supporting. Then you have removed a tie for 15 rupees, but when we have to make our uniforms for school, we have to pay 6,000 bucks. I don't understand you. I don't help you, and I'm not a helper. You will require help from places that are not due to you. But you are very great at having helpers, no? So we will help you go to your home, well earned by you, where it matters, to your true home. You understood? Enough nonsense from you. हाँ वहाँ पे आश्रम चलाओ, your style चलेगा. Now again she'll go crying. See what she's saying. Help me. Right? Let them help you. अब हमको एक चीज बताओ, ये बीनू राव के चेहरे के ऊपर जो बीनू बनती है, शी इज गॉट पीसी's फेस ओवर देयर एंड शी सेज डीपी वहाँ पे है. प्रियंका चोपड़ा जो अगर पायल थी, पायल सैनिन, सो पायल सिम्मल लेखराज, पायल सैनिन, दिव्या भार्गवा is better, and Varsha has her own type. Simmal's better than her. Payal's also pretty good. So putting putting PC's face over there, it's very difficult to forgive and forget. That's what Binu Rao had throughout 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, whenever we were talking on WhatsApp. What you want to forgive and forget? This is what we were asking. फिर रमेश अडवाणी कबीर के घर 2019 पे, where my face is looking like a Marwadi, Gujarati, and not even like myself. I'm not sure what I look like. She also, Ramesh Advani tells me he's come with his cane. He and Anita, from the day my father's gotten dead. She's talking about using a cane. They're talking about the cane all the time, talking about the stick all the time. Ramesh Advani भी बोलता है, I forgive you. हम बोलो पता नहीं किस चीज़ के लिए हमको forgive करना है. You're also Parsi pretending to be Ramesh Advani के क्या है? I have an actual family. Most of them are happily sent off and cloned. No. You come and give. My aunt doesn't have a memory. She's Kailash Aunty back in United Breweries, UB City. In between, she's had shapeshifters. So what is it? Why are you confusing everything? The fact that you got something against me has been said on somebody looking like Ramesh Advani, but Ramesh Advani, the real one himself, I was given, had suffered a near nervous breakdown. He also went in for frozen shoulder, 2 surgeries, just like Chandru uncle went in for knee replacement, 2 surgeries. All this has happened 2002 to 2005. One after the other, after the other, after the other. Taka, tak, taka, tak. Let's just keep changing. Taka, tak, taka, tak. How dare they talk that way? How dare they question? Right? Those questions were innocent actually. Tomorrow if your own daughter, granddaughter, whoever she is, तेरी बरादरी की, वो drugs पे पड़े तो you'd have been happy? If you had another viewpoint for her and this was something else and you were not happy with it. You know, when my tuition teacher complained to my father, I had a friend who I used to meet in the library of the building Pankaj Mahal, where I used to go for tuitions to Mrs. Solomon's home. Don't go harassing them, all of them must be scared. So don't go harassing them. You want to fight, you fight with me directly. You had a problem with my parents, fight with us directly. Don't involve everyone else. You understood? And don't make excuses for why you should be fighting with us. Herd mentality. Oh, that one we should follow. He's picked up a fight. Let's all follow that. Herd mentality. Then when outsiders want to take advantage of it, they'll take advantage of all of you. And herd like that what? Pied Piper and the school of rats which went chasing him. You know what happened to the Pied Piper with those rats? Herd mentality. So anyway, when I was in the 6th, 7th standard, 6th and 7th standard, in Pankaj Mahal on the side used to be a library. Not Book Nook on Marine Drive, but a library which name I don't know. So I used to go pick up my books from them. I used to also ask my friend who was going to Mrs. Solomon's home to meet me over there. Since otherwise where we can hang around? Sometimes in the back garden for a little while. That's an open ground with 3 schools playing over there. Or then at our tuition up at Mrs. Solomon's home. So okay, now in that library, Mrs. Solomon made a call to my father and complained about me. My father questioned me. And of course, down the line, he even gave me 4 slaps because I was talking to the boy throughout the night, straight after my dad goes to sleep, waiting for him to call it a night by 10 in the night latest, 9:30 max. And then I'd be on the phone the entire night, and then fail the exams after that. So anyway, one day my father caught me and thrashed me. Okay. Then didn't talk to me for 6 months, 8 months. When I came to Bangalore after that for a holiday, my father's sister insisted I break up with the boy, which I did. But simultaneously something else very small happened. at Fort Convent. Connected with Behzad Dhala and her sister Binaifa Dhala. Not so much about Binaifa Dhala, but to do with Behzad Dhala. Right? I would have never pieced it together. Somebody gave me a really bad reputation in school in my 9th standard that I got pregnant with a boy who had never held my hands, and whenever we met, we were chaperoned by other people. After all, we were still school kids. Then we became friendless. Our school also became public aided school, government aided school. And then the rumour mongering must have started on the back of it. Sakina Halela, who was my friend in the library over there, I see her ego at Tesla's SpaceX. In the factory, tin shed, outside, that place, wherever it is, that I don't know whether it was 3-part exhibitioning of the place. We're told Sakina Halela herself is not left in her own body. I don't know if the pendulum is trying to say she's not left in her body as in she was done away with and her ego is being played on somebody, or it is only that she CRISPR'd herself so she can do this job. My pendulum said she's no more in her physical body. Yet her ego was played over many times. Your Elon, one version, is so much like her, one has to wonder, except Sakina is not more than 5'6" in height, 5'7" in height, and big built. Compared to Elon, who's supposed to be relatively much taller. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. वो तुम्हारा problem है. Let's not get into it. All I'm trying to say over here is, when my dad got a call from Mrs. Solomon, who said, you know, your daughter was down. Amit also went and met her, and I think there's something, this, you better check with your daughter. I didn't go ruining Sandy Solomon's life, because I don't have that much of an ego. When an ant can make an elephant go mad, then it's not about how much money you have, it's the kind of atma you have. You know the difference? यहाँ पे तो पैसा कितना भी होवे, when we go back to our real home, there's a different currency. I'm concerned about that actually, and I'm concerned about my real home. That's the long haul. I don't know when I'll get the next ticket back here. Here we've come for a holiday. I'll enjoy it as I can within whatever monies I have, ensuring that when I go home, my home is luxurious, comfortable, well lit, well ventilated, good company. After all, I don't know how long I have to go reside over there for. So that's key. Now you understand. Mr. Mike Collington from JLW, Jones Lang Wooten, JLL. He tells me, you must always pick your battles wisely. I'm thinking, I don't know what happened, why he's talking like this. Wherever I go, they tell me, pick your battles wisely. But I'm a quiet person. I don't fight with anyone. But why are all these people saying, pick your battles wisely? Now it makes sense. Ambolu, such a strange, small thing into such a huge thing. Wow. Never had it easier than this. So anyway, the bistro rules the gear connected with the IR, okay, or it is Rio. Bistro Rio Rouge. something connected with Rio stereo, jury bi or are bi. So what kind of bi are you? Bilingual, bi-gender, bisexual, bi-opinionated, bifurcated. What are you? You're like a cheap joke. You must be really desperate. Born in lots of, God only knows, hard times is my guess, that you should find entertainment in this kind of cheap behavior. You are nothing but free workers for all the triggers put on you. From where also you don't know. But you work for free. But you know what? For your free work, your outcomes are devastating to you only. Where your masters are going, you're following them to still continue working for free for them. That is one thing you don't seem to understand. You got to decide what is what. You got to decide. I can't decide for you. If what I'm saying, if you can analyze it, apply it to your situation on the whole, and see how you work for free for that who wants you to fall to the lowest realm. Because there also you will work for free for that who has manipulated so much. On the back of it, he is doing well wherever he is doing, rolling in whatever money he is. Why are you working free for him? Why are you wasting your time? When you leave from here and go home, you're going to be working for your master at the lowest realms. Because that's the earnings based on your deeds. Why are you falling into that trap is my question to you. This is the stereo sound that you play, this bell ringing in my home. You want me to keep a Udupi restaurant bell? I'll keep tinging it with my finger. You want me to do that? How stupid. Where is Rio? Where is India? Where is Bangalore? You got a brain or you got no brains? IB ऐसे कुछ क्या करेगा? Intelligence Bureau. Who you are kidding? बंदरों को लगा दिया है काम पे. Oh, 1 minute. This is what? No, I thought they had bribed them nicely. खिला खिला के पैसा खिला खिला के बोले आओ ऐसे 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 करो. But the word bribe is not here. You're lucky. On my own, I can't make stories. What happens here, then only I can do, not otherwise. I should see if I have one more B. Maybe I don't have another B. देखो एक और B है यहाँ पे. Is there one more B? Yes, there is one more B. So if it had to come out, it would have come out. अरे ओ holier than thou. अच्छे अच्छों का कभी मन जो है मंकी माइंड होता है. तो we're wondering why you behave this way. We're trying to figure you out. You profile me, I'm profiling you since when? All types of permutations and combinations what you could be. My whole day goes only analyzing my own situation connected with you. Then I say, let me have a nice sleep in the night. I need to take a breather. वहाँ पे भी ड्रीम भेज के हमको अपसेट करूँ, right? But if the pendulum says she's okay and she's happy, then we're happy. We don't care then. Steer, jury, rib, Rio. How did this go to Rio, a place I have never been to? I have no idea. So who is the spreader of this? Bringing in fuck knows who from where and for what? Do I know you? I've never been to Rio. Who's put you to work for free? I'd like to know. And why are you working for free? Do you even know who you are working for? Tomorrow, if there's the Third World War and you're sent off, vamushed, you go meet your master at the hellhole. Then that time you will wake up. Why? Rest, rib, jury, rib, Rio, E. Here, United Breweries and Ritu's here. Something connected with Ritu at UB, resting, something to do with Rio and to do with E. The junior connected with Rio using E. Ritu, rest, UB, B, junior, Rio. So whoever is connected with, she's the sister of somebody who has gone settled in South America. One version of Kailash, Ritu, Malya, the shapeshifter, was somebody who came in from, who ran off to Rio. The Malya household, at the time when Kailash Hingorani got married to Vithal Malya, they were going to Switzerland and Europe. No need to go to places like Rio, Prio, none of those. Australia gayi hogi, but mostly Europe, London. By the way, her London connection is not got to do with the Malya household or marrying Vithal Malya. Has to do with her first husband, Mr. Hingorani, whose father had a dispensary at Oxford Street. Her 3 kids had a British passport before only. Then she got married to Mr. Malya, Vithal Malya. तो Rio तो है ही नहीं. So how did somebody from Rio come in? And why are you hiding in my body? For what? Who are you? You are being stupid. You're being the height of stupidity. Who are you? I don't know Rio. I will not go to Rio. There's no reason to go to Rio. Higher, you go have a cold shower, drink some cold water, go sit in a freaking spa, sweat it fucking out. Don't talk shit in my home. तुम्हारा औकात जो है इतना घटिया है, तुमने जो कर्म किया है, you don't have the right of ire. If anyone should be irate, it is me, but I will not be. Ire and irate is something that somebody has because that's their cooking of the meal with the ingredients of ire and irate. To go to Prasatal, Patal and Nark. We don't know anger. You should read out vices जो होता है ना, जो आदमी किसी को बोलता है, you should not have these vices because that makes you fall. Ire, irate. Hate, abhorring. Those contribute not to sprouting wings and flying up like an angel to the angel land or the lit realm. It takes you in the exact opposite direction, no? You don't know these basic things, yet you want to decide for us. Not having earned it from the spirit realm, but you're going to decide for us our deeds and which place is okay for us. You will do it. What are your qualifications when your knowledge is so great? Okay, so I'm going to go for lunch. Let's rest this over here. Let me ask my little baby sister. I know we're not calling her my little baby just for nothing. I'm calling her my little baby sister just because she's a cutie pie and I got nothing to take with her and give with her now if she's spirit. So we don't have a vested interest. So let's just say, are you with me? So you feeling bad about the names that came up? Rusi is one name, Jeru is one name, Ritu is one name, Suri, Sairu. Sairu is Cyrus Mistry. He's the son. Now when he is the son, are you blaming him for anything? You're fond of him? No, even if it's like a sisterly, motherly way. You fond of him? You're not fond of him. Okay, so, but do you blame him also in any way? Do you say he's just caught in his own circumstances? Is that what you're trying to say in an indifferent manner? Were you trying to give a bunch of people who hung out together? Is that what you're trying to say? A particular kind of a direct-indirect network, one linking to another? Are you Patsy, the real Patsy by any chance? You really, my sister Varsha? You are KAT? Are you the original Katrina Kaif? With a Kaif surname? But you are KAT. Okay, so if I can ask you, I'm going to shut this session right now and probably have lunch. You okay with that? If I shut the session now, I could come back this evening. I think you can also rest for a bit. Well, unfortunately for me, I showered, changed, and then had to go to the bathroom again after, so it's not that comfortable. But I guess we just leave it, right? So I'm just going to leave it and I'm going to continue with the day. I'll be back in the evening. I believe I will return in the evening. You know, I kind of feel energized as of now speaking with you, knowing you're happy. And so I don't mind doing this reading in the evening. Okay? Okay. So I'll rest it over here now. I want these people to be caught for sure. One way or the other. You don't play fucking sounds in my body. I don't appreciate it. And I'm not talking to whatever is written on this table. I'm talking to you ass who played that fucking sound in my body. I'll break your fucking face straight in the loka. I'll take your fucking what and twist it. And that's it. You'll never be freed. You understood? Be careful. I'm closing this now.